Welcome back, I'm the Smithy D, and today we're looking at the TIE Advanced, and we're going to go into depth detail. We've got footage of the TIE Advanced, we're going to go through its abilities, and best of all, we're going to discuss the best way to use the TIE Advanced and the best way of potentially obtaining this in the future. With that being said, let's jump in and have a look at this baby's abilities. His basic is called Deadly Accuracy. This deals physical damage to the target enemy and inflict target lock for 2 turns. This attack can't be resisted or evaded. When the opponent is target locked, this inflicts 2 damage over time effects for 3 turns. So what you've got right here, you've got a ship that cannot be resisted on the target lock. So his basic is going to guarantee every single time because it cannot be evaded and it's always going to afflict that target lock. This attack is insane. It may not be the highest DPS out there, but you're going to get a lot of benefits from that opponent being target locked, especially from your other ships that get so much synergy from target locked opponents. A great example to point out here is Big's Dartlighter. Once the opponent is target locked, he's going to gain an auto taunt straight away. This basic attack is something you do not want to be ignoring. You want to be taking Vader out straight away. If you see a crew that is running in their front line, the TIE Advanced, then he should be your priority. On his basic alone could really mess your team up. This is really where it starts to get interesting. Vader's TIE Advanced ×1 has a unique called Advanced Targeting System. Target lock enemies have minus 20% tenacity and immediately regain target lock for 2 turns whenever the target lock expires on them. In addition, Empire allies gain 10% turn meter whenever they attack a target locked enemy. Both the Imperial TIE Fighter and the TIE Advanced would definitely benefit from this unique with the extra turn meter that Empire gain. I'm sure in the future more starships from the Empire will be added into this game. There is something I want to take away from this and I want to get that tested. If Tarkin's capital ship, when hitting a target locked enemy, does he gain that 10% turn meter? Because after all, he is an Empire ally. I Have You Now is the crew ability, and this has a 4-turn cooldown. This crew ability inflicts evasion down and ability block on the target enemy for 2 turns, then gain 25% turn meter for each debuff on that enemy. When the opponent is target locked, it dispels all buffs and removes 100% turn meter. So as you can imagine with this move, if he's used his basic or somebody else has target locked that opponent, once he afflicts evasion down and ability block, so they're going to be 3 debuffs, that's going to be 75% turn meter Vader's TIE Advance is going to receive. In addition, if that opponent is target locked, for example, if that's a taunter like Biggs and he's target locked, Vader's then going to dispel that taunt and remove 100% turn meter from Biggs. Let's have a look at these stats and typically what you're going to be seeing from the TIE Advance. The TIE Advance has some great HP with 67,357. That would be including a Gear 11, Darth Vader and mods on Vader. If you don't currently know, then putting mods on your character will make your starfighter stronger. I will be making an in-depth video on this and looking at the mod section of what to put on your characters and if it makes a difference which ones you put on what. This TIE Advance has 67,357 HP, so that's a good lot of HP there. However, the protection is on the real low side, standing at 18,162. As you can see, the 18,162 protection has come from the Darth Vader himself. The speed is sitting at 166 with 51 of that coming from Darth Vader. Let's do a quick comparison here. Poe Dameron's X-Wing is currently at 6 stars. As you can see on screen, there is hardly any difference between a 7-star TIE Advanced and a 6-star Poe Dameron when it comes to pure stats. Poe Dameron's ship is quicker though, sitting at 182. First Order TIE Fighter is again at 6 stars, and this is very close to what Vader has to offer, again with faster speed at 179. So let's look at Big's Dartlighter. At 7 stars, he's going to be sitting at 68,156 HP, so that's higher than Vader's, but you would expect that with Biggs being tankier with his protection also as well at 50,948. However, this X-Wing is 2 speeds slower than Vader's TIE Advanced. Darth Vader's ship has some great abilities to it, but unfortunately on the HP and the speed side it's not overpowered and it is more balanced like a glass cannon. To get the best out of the TIE Advance, you want to be running it with ships that have 1 assist, or ships like Biggs that are going to gain an auto taunt every time Vader does this lock. So that's necessarily going to be that Biggs is going to be in constant taunt until he gets shot down. Running in with the prestige ship of the Slave 1 is ideal, and that is where I would advise starting your formation. If you have the Slave 1 or are working from those shipments, a word of advice on that: always save 400 fleet tokens. In case that pops up, you can then grab it and get those shards for the Slave 1, because it's kind of like the Vader shards. They're very, very rare that they pop up in the fleet shipment stuff. I know firsthand what it was like, and that feeling when Vader popped up in that shard shop. One day he would pop up, the next day he wouldn't. It could take 2 to 3 weeks until you've seen those Vader shards again. So like the Slave 1, make sure you've got some currency saved of say 400 for every refresh, so you can pick up those Slave 1 shards when that chance approaches. There is currently a lot of ships out there that benefit from target lock, so having Vader in your fleet is definitely going to be ideal for you moving forward with your fleet. He's also a dark side ship, so he's going to definitely help you complete that Tarkin challenge and possibly save you a month from going out your way and farming an additional dark side character just to complete the Tarkin challenge. The best capital ship to run with Vader would be by far Admiral Akbar. With all them assists and that guaranteed target lock from Vader, you're going to have a very good field day. The best way I would personally run Vader, I wouldn't put him in my starting lineup. The reason behind that is he's going to be a target straight away. Myself, others included, if you've seen Vader and you knew what he was capable of, would you let him stay alive? He's not very tanky. He doesn't hit superior hard either. So he's going to be straight away, because of that target lock and that utility he brings to the team, he's going to be the first target I would attack and get rid of first. Currently, the TIE Advance is only obtainable from the PvP tournament. If this follows the same suit of Shore Trooper, we may see this event twice. If Sheru Emway's tournament comes back, then I'm sure that we will see the TIE Advance come back, but what I'm personally doing at the moment is using my Galactic War tokens to buy 2 ships per day, and I'm also using the other 400 to get some 4K ally points. I will be doing this every day until the TIE Advanced event returns. I may take, for example, a Sunday as an off day and grab 16,000k worth of points every week just to increase my ally points for the next Vader event. I personally will be skipping Sheru Emway's tournament if that does come back, or any future tournaments, in favour for the Vader's event. What I do know though about the TIE Advance is it's going to be effective at 5 stars. Not only is that going to class as one of the ability ships at 5 star to unlock that, but I'm also going to be able to unlock the Tarkin ship with that. In my personal opinion, if this was another character that had this ship and it was a light side, I probably wouldn't invest in what I've done to get this ship. Yeah, it's a great ship overall, but I think for me the prestige of it, of wanting to get it, is because it's a dark side ship and I need that to unlock Tarkin's 5-star capital ship and the Yazita Mat ability. So to me personally, that bumps up the needing and wanting to a whole nother level. So what is your thoughts on the TIE Advance now that you've watched this video? Have you seen one in action? Have you played against them? Let me know in the comments below. And also, what are you doing about the PvP tournament? Are you going to save your ally points? Maybe farm some of them from the Galactic War shipments so you're in favour, so you've got a lot of points. But remember, you do need to have a deep roster. The better your roster, the better synergy that you've got in your squad, the more your ally points is going to last longer. Another big thank you to Turbo for helping me with this footage of this video. Thank you very much for watching my video today, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. A big thank you to my subscribers for the continued support. So if you are watching this video and not subscribed, then please make sure that you do subscribe to my video. I always release great videos like this. I'm the Smithy D. May the Force be with you always.